Okay, welcome everybody and Happy New Year. I'm calling to order the January meeting of the Sagaponic Zoning Board of Appeals. We have 3 members here today. It is a quorum. Under those circumstances, we do give applicants the opportunity to adjourn the hearing to have their application heard before a full board. I understand that one of the applicants here was informed of that and elected to proceed. So unless anybody has any comments, I'll proceed with the agenda. Okay, first item on the agenda is join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
To the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Richard, Ron, do you have an opportunity to review the minutes of last month's meeting? Any comments, any questions? Motion to approve, second, in favor, third, all in favor? Okay, passes unanimously, the minutes are accepted. The first item on the agenda is 182 Town Line Road LLC. It was application 9 of 2025. It has been adjourned a couple of times due to changes in the attorney and the intentions of the applicant, and they now apparently have elected to withdraw the application. Presumably, it will be resubmitted at some time in the future with changes in it. Anybody here for or involved with that application? No. All right, then I'll make a motion to accept the withdrawal of the application of 182 Town Line Road LLC. That's without prejudice. They didn't proceed on it. We didn't make any decisions, so they start fresh.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay. The next item is, interestingly enough, the property immediately to the south of that one. That's 172 Town Line Road LLC. It was application 10 of 2025, and that's the area variance request for a side lot setback for a spa. We did close the hearing last month. It's a relatively small spa. It's in ground. It rises very little above the ground. I think 18 inches was the number. There really is no other location for the spa in proximity to the pool because of the need to keep an area clear between the pool and the house for the septic system. Based upon those facts, we agreed to grant the variance requested pursuant to the terms of Decision 10 of 2025, drafted by our counsel, Chris Bianco. So I will entertain a motion to adopt that decision granting relief. Anybody want to make that motion?
I'll make the motion.
Okay, I'll second that motion. All in favor? All right. Okay. So thank you very much. That application has been granted for 172 Town Line. Next item of business is also old business. This is 518 Ridge Lane LLC. Area variance for side and rear yard setbacks in order to install a swimming pool. The property had previously been granted a variance to allow them to move the house forward. It's a beautiful, complete renovation of the house. It's a really tiny parcel. The pool is a small pool, much smaller than a standard size pool. And there's no way to avoid having a rear yard setback, but there was a discussion at last month's meeting about the possibility of relocating the pool slightly to the west in order to accommodate the owner to the east. The owner on the west of the property did want more time to review the application, even though the pool could still be as of right if it were moved westerly. And we afforded the applicant the opportunity to discuss this with both property owners and possibly relocate the pool to avoid the need for, or at least to reduce the need for, the variance on the easterly property side. I understand there's been no new submission in writing. Is anyone here on behalf of that application to speak to the application in favor or in opposition? No one here.
Dr. Ostrowski is online.
Yes, I am. Good
Okay.
afternoon. I spoke to the lady actually yesterday to discuss about moving her pool to the center of her property, and she informed me because she was planning to show up today, but she informed me that her architect wasn't ready because the surveyor was on vacation, and she'll have to put it off till next month's hearing.
Okay. So neither she nor any representative is here, but based upon what you are telling us, we infer that she would be requesting an adjournment of this hearing to the February meeting?
That's what she told me, yes.
Okay, well, maybe we're stepping a little out of bounds to entertain the adjournment motion since it's not coming from the applicant, but I think it's harmless, and to afford them that opportunity without having this marked off our calendar, I will make a motion that we adjourn the hearing on 518 Bridge Lane LLC to the February meeting, February 13th here. All in favor? Aye. Okay. So that motion's been adjourned. You can tell her that, or the representatives that.
I will. Thank you very much.
And then she will have the possibility, if she acts promptly, to advertise. We need a new survey to show the dimensions or the location of the driveway. So she could combine both the relocation of the pool, if that's the intent, and the driveway application at next month's meeting.
I'll let her know.
All right, thanks very much. Okay, we have one new business matter. It's an application of Frank Gallipoli for 128 Town Line Road. It's application 1 of 2026. Welcome, John Bennett.
Thank you. Happy New Year, everyone. Affidavits of posting and mailing.
Or have been received.
Affidavits.
Just let me know if I should proceed and all this stuff.
You are welcome to proceed.
This is hopefully not a very troublesome application. The applicant back in 2012 obtained a variance for front yard parking. I want to make sure my directions are right. Along the south side. By the way, Robert Marks from Roger Ferris' office is here with me as well, the project architect. But there was a variance obtained back in 2012 for front yard parking in the southerly portion of the property. The request is now with an 18-foot approximately curb cut. The request is now for, just makes much more sense on redevelopment, to shift that front yard parking to the north of the property. So my suggestion, humble suggestion, would be the board did recognize the appropriateness of a front yard variance back in 2012. We just want to move that parking area to the north of the property. It's the property's non-conforming parcel. It's 28,710 square feet in the R120 zone. It's a pre-existing non-conforming residence located 58 feet from the line. There's a pool. So again, we're here to try to shift that parking to the north. And it makes a lot of sense programmatically for the house. Interestingly, we got what I believe is an unsolicited letter of support from the neighbor to the north, who notes that his parking, John Crane, who gets copies for the board.
It's in the bottom of your packet.
Oh, it is? Okay. That's
Under your agenda.
Okay.
So, John Crane says he is very kind of him to write this letter or an email. But he owns the property immediately to the north. For many decades, the driveway for 128 was in fact in the new location. The driveway just a few feet to the north of the shared property line. Our driveways locations were never an issue in the past, and I see no reason why they would be in the future. I can support the approval of this application. Essentially, what it is doing is moving the location of an existing variance, obviously need a new variance because it'll be in a different location. It'll be on the north side of the property as opposed to the south side of the property. We don't see the maintenance of the front yard parking, albeit in a different location, will have any negative impact on the character of the neighborhood, or previously found that the relief to permit parking would not impact the character of the neighborhood. Given the size of the existing parcel and the location of the improvements and the surrounding properties, there's really no reasonable or feasible alternative to front yard parking. No adverse impact on environmental conditions, and no wetlands or coastal resources on the property. No new grading of the property. All property will be visually screened from the street. I drove down there today. Everyone along the street has very nicely screened from the street. Hard even in the winter with the privet there to see into the property. So our hope is that this does not create much of an issue. And I say that at the risk of being called presumptuous, and I hope you don't find that presumptuous of me, but I don't see this as a big ask. And hopefully you'll agree with me. The only thing I would ask, and this is a little bit somewhat unusual, perhaps, but I think because it is a rather small matter and it's really shifting prior relief from before, it's a very difficult as a practitioner for many years to deal with just a 3-member board, because you got to get everybody. Okay, so if it was okay with you, Mr. Chairman, if I could hold the board to see if they had any concerns about it, because if there is no concern about it, then I would just ask that it be closed the decision. But I don't want to be presumptuous or too fast to do that if anyone has a problem with it. So we respectfully ask that the board can be called and see if anyone has an issue with it, or if there are any questions or any changes or modifications.
All right, I don't think that's unreasonable. I think I'd like to hear if there's any other comment from anyone else in the hearing, pro or con. So the relocation of the same 2 parking spaces, it's not a third. They look like there might have been another one sort of crosswise, parallel to Town Line Road at the back of the parking area.
Where that 18-foot
Yeah, exactly.
in the back. I don't know that you would be able to maneuver into the 1 and 2.
Maybe that's just the turning.
That's the turn.
To back, so you can turn to go out. Okay, so it's the same 2 spaces. It looks like a more practical location in front of the house as opposed to at the opposite side of the property.
Yeah, that was the thinking.
That's what he's realized.
Rob, just identify yourself. For the record, I'm sorry.
Good afternoon. My name is Rob Marks. I'm an architect with Roger Ferris and Partners. We are the architects on this project.
Just don't say anything to mess up my application.
I do have an image I'd like to share with the board.
Sure.
This is the site plan. It's the same site plan that was prepared by Perilski, the surveyor. Although this one does show the setbacks. I thought
That's 5 feet. Yeah. 5 feet.
right, but it also shows the issue is hardship, and I wanted to explain the hardship a little bit. It is a non-conforming lot. It's smaller than a typical lot. There is some relief in the zoning regulations for the principal structure, but even with the relief on the principal structure setbacks, the existing house, which was built before the zoning regulations, is clearly non-conforming. It's in the required front yard and side yard. There is no relief on the accessory structure setbacks. It's a very small area where we could put off-street parking or a garage. And there is, as Mr. Bennett pointed out, a pool and pool house, and there is a septic system and mechanical equipment and other things that more or less fill that space. So it is impractical to either build a garage or parking back in that area. There is the existing non-conforming parking. What Mr. Gallipoli understands now is that in inclement weather, it's more convenient to have the parking closer to the house. And so what he'd like to do is move that parking from the southwest corner to the the southeast corner, to the northeast corner. Also, we feel like if we're reducing, as Mr. Bennett pointed out, reducing the non-conformity, the existing parking is 10, and it has an 18-foot wide curb cut. And what we'll be able to do with this design is make a single 12-foot wide curb cut. And by rotating the parking and pulling it inboard, our client will be able to screen that from the street with a privet hedge within the property line, which you can't do now. The parking is all exposed to the street. So we think, on balance, we're reducing the nonconformity and being good neighbors and blending in with the character of the neighborhood, even though it's in the front.
I read the 2012 variance, it just said the front yard. It didn't, so we're picking up 5 feet, which is not a huge amount, but
Well, you're very well prepared. I will share with you that at my own property, the only place that I could fit a conforming garage was in a corner that met the setback requirements and meant that we would have to walk through open space to get to the house. And my wife will never forgive me. So I appreciate trying to get close to the house. And it's a more practical location. I appreciate that you've got a narrower curb cut, screening of the actual parking spaces themselves. No objection from the property owner to the north, who'd be the only one really affected.
I think it makes sense.
Rich?
Just a question of the plantings to the north and to the east from to the street. They don't show any plantings where the parking is, but they show the existing house and the fence line.
There is a privet line along the north property line that's in place now.
That's the other neighbor's property?
It straddles the property line. It's paths on each side.
Okay.
that's the supporting neighbor as well.
What about along Town Line Road immediately to the south of the new proposed driveway? Is that going to be screened?
Yes, it's partially screened. It is screened now. There's a privet hedge in there now, and
You're gonna break through you're gonna have to break through the existing privet head from the new 12-foot, and we'll close up as a condition. We'll put privet in front of the existing driveway.
Okay.
If you want to put that as a condition, I just can't.
All right, it's just
So
that it
this
was
hedge
mentioned.
along the,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I actually,
I didn't get a chance to drive by.
no, I said to myself,
I didn't drive by.
I should drive by there.
Yeah.
Because you're only supposed to do that, and it's.
I've been away and
I
just got back to
on the
it.
way here, I drove by.
and I didn't see it on the plan. That's why I'm asking.
it'll all be fully screened.
So the where the existing driveway is, that will be screened
That will be filled in.
and that'll be filled in with privet, and there will be privet to the south of the new proposed driveway, screening the
That
now
exists.
parallel parking of the.
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
That exists, though.
Oh, it's there.
It's there now.
It's just not shown on the.
Yeah.
No.
All right, so, I'm good with it. Good with it? Okay, so you need polls. We've sort of done that ourselves. I will entertain a motion to close the hearing.
Make motion to close the hearing.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, we close the hearing, and I think we're prepared to render a decision from the bench today without you having to wait. Okay, so, I will make a motion that the, relief requested to, relocate the driveway from the southeast corner of the property to the northeast corner of the property that's shown on the survey of Willis Field. And of course, Chris Bianco will put this in the correct legal form for the actual decision with the screening to enclose the area currently occupied by the existing driveway, and to confirm that there is the screening south of the new proposed driveway, that relief be granted.
Yeah, I agree with the screening near the parking. If they don't want to do the other, they can do it.
Okay.
Just from the street, so you
Yeah.
wouldn't see.
Okay,
It's front yard.
all in favor?
Not there.
Okay,
Thank you very
then
much.
granted,
Thank
you're
you very
welcome.
much. Happy New Year.
Thank you. This was too easy for you.
I
We
was-
expect you to do more complicated.
This is the first
applications.
Come on, John.
Candidly, Chairman, I was surprised that you didn't just try to make it a little bit harder for me, as you sometimes do.
Makes it more entertaining for all of
Makes it
us.
more
All
entertaining.
right, well, thanks very much.
Seriously, though, thank you very much. Thank you all very much. Thank you.
All right,
Can I have a
so,
motion for adjournment?
yeah, you made that motion? Okay. Rich made a motion to adjourn, second motion, all in favor?
Aye.
Right. Well, thank you all, it was a very efficient, pleasant meeting. And Chris?
Just short, so we don't need to make a
Yeah.
presentation.
Chris? I assume you heard the outlines of the decision that you'll.
Yep. Yeah, that shouldn't be an issue at all. Yeah, I'll take care of that.
Okay,
Thank you.
and Rhodey will probably be mad at me for actually rendering this from the bench rather than waiting for the
Yeah.
actual decision. But
Some
Gee.
towns do that. Town of Brookhaven, that's the way they do it. They vote and then they get the decision 30 days later. So some places do that.
Vicky Demetrius in Village Southampton, Hatham, he would just dictate from the, he would dictate from the deeds. So.
Well, we don't want to put him out of work.
Probably wasn't a bad way. Okay, Chris.
All right,
Thank you again. Thank you.
Feel better, John.
Thank you. Thank you.
you're welcome, Phil. Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks, Wayne.
Yeah,
Sure.
you get paid by the word?
Is that 8 pages?
I'll have to be more wordy from now on, like in my usual manner.
I only do it.
Yeah, I'm very happy with this.
Okay, you can get home before it starts raining.
We'll wait for those long extensive things, maybe after getting 20 or 30.
Oh, that's an interesting one.
Dave, you're talking about.
Like the Trillos.
Are they coming back again?
Well, I don't know, I hadn't heard of it. We got there was a decision